If you've ever felt your marriage slipping into roommate syndrome, where conversations revolve around grocery lists and whose turn it is to do the dishes, we need to talk. Clinical studies now reveal that the health of your relationship directly impacts your physical well-being, from your immune function to your risk of chronic disease. And just like any other vital sign, intimacy has a measurable threshold for effectiveness. Asterisk. Consider this your official medical advisory. Without a minimum daily dose of intentional physical connection, couples experience measurable neural atrophy in the brain regions responsible for bonding. The good news? The treatment is simple, requires no prescription, and takes just 5 seconds to administer. But the side effects may surprise you, including improved cardiovascular health, reduced systemic inflammation, and a 67% lower likelihood of emotional divorce, where you're still married but feel utterly alone. Asterisk. In today's video, we'll examine the peer-reviewed science behind what we're calling the 5-second protocol, a clinically validated method to reverse emotional drift and stimulate the neurochemical pathways of attachment. Warning, results may include renewed attraction, fewer arguments, and the unexpected return of that fluttery feeling you thought was gone forever. Full disclosure required, consistency is key. Missing doses may result in relapse into marital mediocrity. Asterisk. We will start with an example of an imaginary girl named Sarah. The rain pattered against the kitchen window as Sarah stood on her tiptoes, giving her husband Mark a quick peck before he dashed out the door. It lasted barely a second, just long enough to say, "Have a good day," without really meaning it. Neither of them noticed how these rushed, mechanical kisses had replaced the lingering embraces of their early years. But their brains did. Deep in Sarah's neural pathways, something crucial wasn't happening. That fleeting contact didn't last long enough to trigger the dopamine release that used to make her fingers tingle when Mark touched her. The oxytocin surge that once helped her shrug off his annoying habit of leaving socks on the floor never arrived. Without realizing it, they were slowly rewiring their brains away from love and toward indifference. This isn't poetic exaggeration, it's cold, hard neuroscience. When researchers at the University of Vienna hooked couples up to MRI machines while kissing, they discovered something fascinating. It takes a minimum of 5 seconds of sustained lip contact for the brain to release the full cocktail of bonding chemicals. Anything less, and you're just going through the motions. The study, published in the Journal of Neuroscience, showed that in long-term couples who maintained frequent 5-second kisses, the brain's reward centers lit up just as brightly as in new lovers, something rarely seen in long-term relationships. The magic happens in stages. During the first second, your brain begins releasing dopamine, that delicious, I can't get enough of you, chemical. By second 3, oxytocin starts flowing, nature's built-in stress reliever that lowers cortisol levels by up to 26%. According to psychoneuroendocrinology studies, at the 5-second mark, something extraordinary occurs. Your brainwaves actually begin synchronizing with your partner's. Research from Nature Human Behavior using EEG caps showed this neural mirroring creates what scientists call emotional attunement, that uncanny ability of longtime couples to know what the other is thinking. But here's where it gets really interesting. When the University of California tracked 500 couples over 2 years, they found those who maintained daily 5-second kisses reported 32% higher levels of emotional intimacy compared to those who kissed briefly or skipped days. The non-kissers experienced nearly 2.5 times as many petty arguments and showed significantly higher divorce rates at the 5-year follow-up. It turns out those micro-moments of connection act as a daily reset button, preventing the slow buildup of resentment that destroys relationships. So why do most couples stop kissing properly? Life gets in the way. Kids interrupt. Morning breath happens. But the science is clear. It's not about waiting for the perfect romantic moment. In fact, a 2022 study in the Journal of Affection Science found scheduled kisses were just as effective as spontaneous ones in maintaining bonding chemistry. The key is consistency and duration. Here's how to make it work in real life. First, ditch the perfunctory pecks. When you kiss, commit to the full 5 seconds. Try the sigh technique, inhale deeply together through your noses to synchronize your breathing and heart rates. A trick validated by University of Geneva research. Maintain firm lip contact, none of those air kisses that don't count. And when you pull away, do it slowly. The Journal of Affection Science found this extends the oxytocin release by nearly 20%. For maximum impact, pair your 5-second kiss with what psychologists call appreciation priming. Right after kissing, share one specific thing you appreciate about your partner. This combines the neurological benefits with Gottman Institute research showing daily appreciation prevents negativity bias. That tendency to only notice what annoys you. If you've fallen out of the habit, don't despair. The brain retains its ability to respond to affectionate touch throughout life. A UC Berkeley study found that even couples who hadn't kissed properly in years could restore the neural benefits within a month of consistent 5-second kisses. Some therapists even recommend a kiss catch-up if you miss a day. 2 10-second kisses the next day provide similar bonding effects. The implications are profound. In a world where couples spend more time staring at screens than into each other's eyes, this tiny daily investment could be the difference between growing apart and growing together. As the MRI scans show, love isn't just a feeling, it's a physical state. You can consciously cultivate 5 seconds at a time. So tonight, before you roll over to sleep, try it. Count to 5 in your head. Feel the shift from habit to connection. Notice how your breathing sinks. That's not just a kiss, that's neuroscience in action. Rewriting your love story one neuron at a time.